What's up everyone, this is Drake. Today's video is over 3 things you need to learn in your 20s that can make you millions. I'm going to warn you from the beginning, this isn't a get rich scheme or anything like that. You are going to have to put the work in order to get the money. And if you're in your 20s, that's great. You can use time to your advantage. If you're not in your 20s, don't worry. This video will still be valuable to you. You're just going to need to be a little more aggressive. And if you're below your 20s, that's even better. The earlier you start, the better. Make sure you stay all the way to the end so you don't miss out on something that could potentially make you millions. Number 1 is compound interest. This is the one you're going to want to start sooner than later. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I understand. But at least believe Albert Einstein. Here are a few quotes he said about compound interest. The goat of mathematics, Albert Einstein, said, "Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." The power of compound interest really shows you how you can put your money to work and watch it grow. You earn interest on your savings, and that interest earns interest on itself, and that interest is compounded monthly. The higher the interest, the more your money grows. The sooner you save, the greater the benefit from compounding interest. I started off by investing in Robinhood to get my compound interest. Just recently I opened up my Roth IRA through Vanguard. I wish I would have done it differently. I wish I would have opened the Roth IRA first, that way, because it's a tax advantage account. But at least I started earlier than later, and I learned before it was too late. So if you're just starting out, please learn from me and go ahead and open up a Roth IRA first. Max that out, put all your money in there. Then after you're maxed out there, you can go ahead and open up a different platform and start investing there. If you haven't played around with the compound interest calculator before, you're going to want to try. I'll leave a link below for one that I like. Now I'll show you a couple examples of how you can make $1 million from compound interest. I'll also show you why it's so important that you need to start earlier than later. Here's the compound interest calculator I used. It's at NerdWallet. I'll leave a link in the description so you can use it and play around with it as well. There's an initial deposit, the contributions, the investment time span, the estimated rate of return, so you can play with all these things. I put mine at 8% for the return. You can put yours higher if you think you can get higher, or you can put lower. And the compound frequency is monthly. So let's start with the $100 initial deposit. The contributions monthly is $300. The investment time span is 40 years. This means you start at 20 and you finish when you're 60. As you can see, if you do this, you'll be at $1 million by the time you're 60. Now you can see what your total principal is. This is your initial $100 investment along with your $300 monthly payment. That's how much your total principal is. And then the interest is how much you made on that. Now let's put it down to if you started at 25 and you ended at 60. Look how much that already dropped off. You're already down to $600,000. Just by not investing for 5 years, you lose that much money. Just by starting at 20 compared to 25. And there's the different principles. Now let's start at 30 and then go till 60. So it's 30 years. Now it dropped way off even more. So it's a difference of 10 years. You can see how big a difference that already is. Now if you started at 40, this is how much you get if you ended at 60. Then last, if you started at 50, then you were done at 60 when you retired. These were just a couple examples. You can do it for what you actually want, so what age you are now, and what age you want to retire, and then how much you can afford right now to invest, what your initial deposit can be, and how much you can afford to contribute monthly, so it can all be personalized. That's why I really like this site. So go ahead and start today if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on that compounding interest. You can see how each year is so important. So do your future self a favor and start one today. And just forget about it and let it grow over time by itself without touching it. Number 2, invest in yourself. Your future depends on it. There's a lot of things you can invest in. You can invest in your education. So for example, books, seminars, different courses you can take and things like that. Another thing is that people forget about investing in your health is number 2. Invest in healthy eating, different supplement products like that so you can live longer and be able to enjoy that money for long term. Number 3 is invest in a mentor. Invest in someone that can help you along the way, that's already been there and done that, and be able to give you real world examples that you can use in your life. Invest in your education. This can be a lot of things like books, courses, seminars, workshops, anything that you can build your expertise in a certain area. That'll help improve you and build your wealth over time. Another thing you need to invest in is your health. A lot of people, when they're thinking about investing, they're thinking money, money, money. Another thing you have to invest in is your health. You want to be able to be around to enjoy that money. Some of the things that you can invest in your health is a gym membership, going to the gym regularly. Another thing is eating healthy. Make sure you're eating the proper nutrients to fuel your body. And the last thing is supplements. Make sure if you're not eating everything you need to, make sure you properly supplement that in your diet. Invest in your connections. This can be a mentor or someone that's done something that you want to do. Have them mentor you or take them out to dinner or something like that. Another thing is connections, building, networking, going to different outings that you can meet people and potentially network and work with them on a deal later on. That can be a huge way to use your money as well. You can invest in a business and run that business. That's another thing that you can invest in that can get huge gains. Another thing you can invest in is a vacation. This can give your mind a rest and be able to recharge your battery and bring you back to full health. So without a doubt, if you want huge personal gains and huge wealth gains, you want to invest in yourself. Number 3 is embrace failure. Failure is what success is built on, so embrace it and don't fear. Especially in your 20s, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're not just going to want to give up. You're going to want to learn from it. Instead of just listening to me, I'm going to give you a couple examples of how people have embraced failure and how they've succeeded. Everyone fails. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he founded, J.K. Rowling, and he had to live on welfare for a while. Oprah Winfrey was fired from a news anchor position. George Clooney has made quite a few terrible films. Paul McCartney has written some bad songs. So if you fail at something, don't worry. Use it to fuel yourself for the next time and learn and grow from it. Number 4. I know I only said 3, but since you guys stayed so long, I'm going to give you guys a bonus. I appreciate it. That's smash that like button. This will make you $1 million. No, it won't make you $1 million, but it would help me tremendously, and I really appreciate it if you just smash that like button. As a new YouTuber, it'd help me grow and be able to continue to put out new content. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was valuable to you and you learned something, and you're on your way to making $1 million. Have a great day.